Beware of your ego, because it's constantly going to continue to try to trick you, to fool you out of doing what's right for you, what takes you closer to your goals and your dreams, and it will try to bring you down back to what you're used to. If you start succeeding, if you start achieving some progress in your life, you'll notice that it's almost like you're being pulled or dragged back by your unconscious. And the reason is because us human beings are programmed and wired to stay small, to stay comfortable, to remain safe rather than to grow and expand and try to push the limits of our potential. Now we live in a relatively safe society compared to thousands of years ago, and we really have the opportunity to explore and push ourselves, but because we're wired this way, whenever we try to grow and really stretch, we notice that it's almost like a rubber band constantly pulling us right back to where we came from. So if you want to overcome this, all you really have to watch out for are your own rationalizations. Your rationalizations are the stories that your mind will tell you when you try to do something that's good, and it will basically try to trick you out of it, try to stop you, or give you mental resistance, almost like a mental haze or a fog, to try to make it more difficult for you to do the things that you want to do. And then on the other hand, it will also give you stories and proof that it's okay to do the things that really aren't that great for you. Say, for example, you're gonna eat a chocolate bar, your mind will go, yes, this makes sense because, I need to reward myself. I worked really hard today. Or, it's not that bad, it's only one bar, right? And it constantly will tell you this looping story of why it's okay for you to do things that really aren't that great for you. And then again, on the other hand, when you try to, create a product or launch a business or start a new positive habit, like reading every day, it says, well, you really don't need to read today. You don't need to do it every day. I mean, come on, that's too much, right? Just take it easy. Life is for relaxing. Enjoy yourself a little bit. And these are just common stories that I hear over and over from clients and people that I've worked with, but I had them myself too. And for example, with meditation, many times people say, well, this is a waste of time. I'm just sitting there, nothing's being gained here. I'm just wasting my time. Although there is scientific research that proves that meditating every day will develop gray matter in your brain, and that's linked to so many positive psychological benefits and just tangible results. We write it off as some woo-woo new age spiritual BS because our ego is trapping us. It's trying to keep us right where we are, it's trying to keep us small, and it's the biggest saboteur of your life. No one or anything, no circumstance, no person has as much power over you as this internal voice that you've developed. So if you really want to succeed and you really want to step it up a notch in your life, become very aware, become highly aware, become present, and realize that, hey, this mental chatter, is this helpful to me? Is this actually taking me to where I want to go? Or is this that little ego voice trying to trick me to stay small and keep me right where I am and keep me comfortable instead of allowing me expansion and growth in my life? Because the reality is, the more you listen to that voice, the more you let those rationalizations win over you, the lesser quality you'll have in your life overall. You simply won't be able to develop positive habits because you'll quit. Your consistency will diminish. And on the other hand, you'll do a ton of stuff that's really not that good for you because you'll rationalize it over and over and over and over again. And this continuous loop keeps you stuck, keeps you rooted, keeps you unable to really move and progress. And it's very frustrating and eventually just depletes your energy more and more. And eventually you start telling yourself that this is just who you are. So if you've been going like that for a while, snap out of it. You're not stuck. That voice is not you. Whatever you've been rationalizing to yourself recently, it doesn't have to be that way. And you can take a different viewpoint. You can exit that mental conversation, that haze. And the best way to do that is to take action instead of listening to that voice. Write down the things that are good for you. Write down the habits that you want to engage with every day. And then just do them. Because if I sat down before I recorded my first ever video and really thought about whether or not that was a good idea, my mind would have rationalized me out of it and I would have never been able to get to where I am today. I wouldn't be running a business doing what I love. I wouldn't be able to help you. I wouldn't be able to do any of this. And it all would have been because I would have rationalized it. And then my life, I would have stayed average for a very long time, if not forever. So can you take responsibility and recognize that that mental chatter is not really you? It's just a little nagging voice that's trying to drag you back to where you came from, trying to keep you where you are. And that if you finally let it go, if you finally stop listening to it, you will actually experience massive growth and progress in your life. You'll stop making rationalizations about why you can do the stuff that's bad for you and why you don't need to do what's good for you. And you'll start actually executing on your goals and your dreams and feeling incredible about yourself because you're no longer paying any attention to that useless, nagging ego.